his team to the college football playoff last year, but had a disappointing performance. That is part of the reason he chose to come back to college football this year and improve his NFL stock. But he has got to keep doing it on the field. He's got so much hype, so much potential, but he wants to hone in on the details that will make him a top NFL caliber quarterback. And that starts here at the University of Oregon. Back to you guys.
Appreciate that, Holly. So Mississippi State's kicker headed to the football to start this 2026 season. He'll bring it out. It's fair. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Straight ahead, it's Davison. Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line. Let's take just a second and talk about Oregon. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them up.
Going over the top. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And that is absolutely not a surprise. Great job by the defense. And what did they do? They doubled him. Palmer, you got a number 1 receiver out wide that we know they're going to force feed. How do you take it away? How do you send those double teams? What kind of coverages do you mix up? But a lot of attention early on that young man.
Yeah, and I think for the quarterback, David, that's one you've just got to give that one to the defense and say, good call. You doubled my best receiver. I got to go somewhere else with the football. And you're going to get opportunities to throw this guy the ball. He's one of the best in the entire country. You just got to be a little bit more selective and find those one-on-one matchups.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Ducks will call on their punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He's got great speed. Quick step and go. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. They'll give it to Fluff. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration.
Fires into traffic, and it's picked off. Takes it the other way. He's at the 30. He's at the 10.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
The Ducks signal for their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. The huge explosive play put them right on the doorstep, and now they've got to punch it in. Trying to run, it's Davison.
Gotta love how this defense started the football game. They forced the punt on the first drive. First play now, come out, set the tone. Great run defense, forcing a negative play and putting their defense in a good spot.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. On the snap, it's Davison. And he's not going to make it this time either. Another stop, and it's 3rd and goal.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Trying to pound it in. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Ducks! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. On the return, it's Johnson. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. And he's swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Makes the catch. It's West. And there might have been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. Mississippi State right back to the line. On 3rd down, here's Bothwell. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good 3rd down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover, good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
Play action on 1st down. Got his man out of the backfield. Oh, he's got some space. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision.
There he goes. He's at the tip, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
And I'm kind of surprised. That's his first rush of the football game, and they give him the football, and you see why this dude is a baller. Like, give him the ball, he can make people miss, and he can hit home runs, put points on the scoreboard really quickly. Jesse, 1 touch, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, and I think the offensive coordinator now is kind of hoping he probably scripted this game a little bit differently. He should have done it on the first drive. They didn't give him any touches, but he's now earned a lot more carries. You're going to see this guy get force-fed now the rest of the game after that run.
From deep, it's Stewart. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Throwing Moore. Rush is on. Not enough juice on that one.
Well, no surprise there on defense, right? You know the QB is going to be trying to target this guy. Nice job in coverage, forcing that incompletion.
Second and long here. Moore to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
Need 10 yards on this third down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. From the gun on third down, Dante Moore. Trying to escape and get it himself. It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery.
And this QB has the ability to make huge plays and scramble around and do things off schedule. But that time he coughed it up. Did a great job of getting outside the pocket, but the defense closed in, forced the fumble, recovered it. Great job by the defense.
Now give it to Fluff. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical running backs is you can never let them get momentum running downhill, and I think that was a big factor on that play. They didn't get him right away. He was able to break a tackle, but he couldn't get the speed going, and as a result...
Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Mississippi State! The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
He'll bring it out. It's Bear. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Offense is on the field to get this drive going. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
Quickly to the tight end. First catch of the season and his career for this freshman tight end.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. Moore from the gun on third down. Makes the grab. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there. It's now a fresh set of downs.
From the gun, it's Davison. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. On the direct snap, it's Moore. And he forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. Third and 6 yards to go. Run the gun on third down, Dante Moore. He's going to run it. They're going to mark him just inches short of getting that first down, but he is so dangerous when he takes off on the scramble. Let's see what they do on fourth down.
Really nice job by the defense that time. Third down, they're expecting pass, but they also know that this quarterback is dangerous when he wants to scramble. And it was almost as if they were expecting that. They were able to get to him, get him down. It now sets up fourth down. And you don't see the defense sprinting off the field just yet, guys. They're not sure. With this guy's scrambling ability, they may try to go for this.
Needs it. Not going to get there, and the decision to go for it on fourth down does not work. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. They'll start on the ground with Buck Bothwell. Defense makes a stand as the clock runs down to 0. We've come to the end of the period, and Mississippi State is on top. Let's take a look at the numbers through the first quarter. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Handoff again. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Autzen. Taylor wants to throw it. Stepping to the right. He'll try to do it himself. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. The quarterback tried to make something out of it with his legs, but instead, he turns the football over.
And this is what you like about the quarterback. You don't want to handcuff him. You want to give him the freedom and the flexibility to get outside and create. That's where he's brilliant. That's really the added element he brings this offense. You do need to reel him in with respect to the fundamentals and taking care of the football. Just has to do better moving forward.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. All right, guys, let's think big picture for Oregon. They start the season in the top 5, prime position to make a run. But what's the biggest danger there, Jesse?
Well, they need to avoid complacency. Top 5 tells me you've got potential. You were a good team a year ago. You got a lot of talent. But there's going to be a lot of really tough games on the schedule this year, David. So why...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. It's picked off. The Heisman contender turns it over. Got some room to run. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. The Bulldogs offense is on the field and ready to get this drive cranked up. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline and the coach probably said, "You dropped it and you didn't pick it up?" Lots of running room. That gives him 54 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener.
Not overly complicated, not something the OC spent the whole summer designing. I take the ball and I toss it to my fast guy, get him on the perimeter, block it up good. My wide receivers commit to blocking, and boom, make a big play.
Wants to throw on first. Throws to the back. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Hands it off. Runs through a tackle. Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not opening up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Makes the grab. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. That is just a perfect example of not deciding before the snap where you have to go with the ball.
Yeah, because that will get you in trouble. You can tell right away he wants to get the ball to his primary. He's covered. He comes off of him, does a nice job being patient, taking his time, hitting the drag route, getting the 1st down.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back's got it on the screen. Shakes off the defender. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. They're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. Quick give. It's Davison. Nowhere to go.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Dante Moore. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking down the middle. There were serious revolutions on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete.
I know this offense has gone for it a couple times early in this game on 4th down, guys, but with this field position, I'd be surprised if they decided not to punt the football away here. You're just too backed up. You can't risk not getting it and just gifting your opponent great field position.
And the Ducks will try to pin them back with the punt. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. Slips through the line. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Mississippi State comes out on offense to start the drive. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and
It's a fumble on the play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Gets a turnover.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then falling on for a massive fumble recovery.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Moore. Left side is Hill. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Hits inside, it's Hill. He's got enough. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Well, one thing you know about Oregon is they're always loaded in the backfield. They had a couple of true freshmen a season ago in Davison and Hill Jr., who were absolutely outstanding. And you expect this season, David, in the running game, those two guys are going to be the focal point for the Ducks.
They'll be the focal point, but it's just like you saw a year ago, man. Like, they are committed, and they run hard. They run as angry as anybody in the country. Obviously, having Moore come back at the trigger opens it up. Price transfers in, so it's going to be another year of stable running backs for Oregon. A lot of ground and pound and a lot of physicality.
Breaks into the open. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
Hey, you can see this defense. They are back on their heels right now. This offense very much in a groove, in a rhythm. They've got to find something to disrupt this. Right now, they're doing what they want, when they want, how they want. This defense got to answer the bell.
He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6.
And the thing you got to watch out for with this running back is he's pretty streaky. When he breaks off a big one, more big runs normally follow soon after, and you're seeing it now on the last two plays. Big-time plays back-to-back, and you know right now he's calling for the ball again.
The Ducks are threatening on 1st and goal. Here's Moore to throw. Gets it to the back. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Moore will throw. Looking for the score. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. First play of this drive. Going downfield for the big play. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did an opportunity at the 31.
And I don't mind this coaching staff and their decision to stay aggressive here with the lead at the end of the first half. You've got a quarterback that, in my opinion, has earned the right to throw the ball in these situations, but you've got to be better with your decision-making right there. That's a costly turnover, which now gives your opponent the chance to score some more points here at the end of the half.
Fires to the wideout. It's complete. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Davison. Back's going for the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
Well, all the different time management situations this head coach was using in the first half has led to this moment specifically right here. This is exactly what he wanted to have happen. He wanted to score a touchdown at the end of the first half, take a lead, knowing he's got the ball first in the second half. If they score a touchdown then, all of a sudden this thing starts blowing wide open for them, and all the momentum is on their side.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Johnson. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll start on the ground with Pluff Bothwell. Hard running there. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They give it back to it. Defense storming into the backfield, making the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and it's 3rd down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Taylor wants to throw. He wants to take the top off. Upstairs to make the catch. As we close in on halftime, a timeout is taken here. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3-spot on the board. He'll need to put some leg in this one, a 52-yard attempt, and just the right finesse to get it in from the right. That is no good. And guys, still down by 4, still needing a touchdown to take the lead. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, week 1, the start of a brand new season, and it's our pleasure to welcome you into the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with a look at Northern Illinois, taking on the number 18 team, the Iowa Hawkeyes. And it's the Huskies sneaking out of here with an upset victory, and have to see how the rankings shake up following this outcome.
Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They had a really productive first half, but in a game like this, they better keep it up.
You know, at halftime, the offense and defense separate, and they kind of go over their own adjustments. You know the offense was saying to themselves very quietly, guys, we're not going to stop anybody. We got to keep scoring if we're going to win this game. So the pressure's on them here in the second half, David.
Yeah, and you get the ball first. And so it's been a high-scoring first half. You get to go out here now and make a statement. Start this half, say, listen, we're going to keep scoring points, and then maybe help alleviate some of that pressure on your defense.
Knocked down immediately.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Taylor wants to throw it. Here comes the heat. It's complete to the right. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. On the return. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Sends it back in motion. Direct snap. It's Moore. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Throwing Moore. Moving out to the right. Fires on the move. And that one's incomplete. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Gets the back moving. In the gun on 3rd down. Moore. It's Johnson. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47.
And that's a huge 3rd down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. The quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Just smothered on the play.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Dante Moore. Right side, it's Bear. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Motion from the wideout. Moore, play action. Out wide right, it's Johnson. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a first down just outside the red zone. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. In the backfield, it's Davison. Headed to the end zone, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Ducks! The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
All Lining up to add another. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. Fielded in the end zone. It's Johnson. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They come out now down by 2 possessions, 28-17, and hoping to use this drive to draw closer. Here's some daylight. Maybe some room here. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Now give it to Fluff. It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. Nowhere to go on that one. He's going to lose 5.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Making his first move. He gets a block. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Running inside. It's Hill.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Into the 3rd quarter of this opening week of the season, it's now 2nd and 10. Moore. Out wide left, it's Johnson. There he goes.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
He's going for the goal line, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Coming out with it, it's Johnson. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. And the Bulldogs are in the hurry-up.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And the third down pass is knocked away by the D. They're getting to the line quickly and staying out there on fourth down. Got to make the play on fourth. Looking long. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every fourth down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are on the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Might as well run him again. All over him immediately. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Final play of the quarter coming. They'll go play action with Moore. Left side, it's Johnson. Touchdown, Oregon! And the punishment has been extended.
Well, this offense said they wanted to start the year all gas and no brakes, and that's exactly what this game has shown. From the very opening whistle, this offense has been in sync. They've been explosive. Defense has had no answer for them. This unit is going to give teams problems because of their playmaking ability all year long.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
Unloads in the nick of time.
I would not want to be the offensive coordinator right now. This offense has a hard time completing the forward pass and making plays, and now you're down, and they know to rush the passer. They know the pass is coming. I'm not sure what the answer is because this offense is just struggling in the passing game.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they...
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Needs it here on 4th down. Keeping his eyes downfield. Fires to the middle. He's got it. 1st down and more. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll give it to Fluff. Oh, he's got some space. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Mississippi State going up-tempo.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart the...
Throws toward the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Lining up for the PAT. Bangs it through for an extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Here's Moore to throw. Right side, it's Davison. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
And the Ducks come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Inside. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Might as well give it to him again. Driven back. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. That's the sophomore running back they're taking a look at, and Holly Rowe will let us know what's going on the sideline. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Ready. 22. Ready, go.
Throwing Moore. He lets one fly deep. And he's got it inside the 35. He'll work his way down to the 28.
You know, I love offensive coordinators that want to stay aggressive, and they've come up with big plays all game long. It's a big reason why they have this lead right now, and they're not backing off here in the 4th quarter. They're letting their guys go play. The entire playbook is open to them, and they're taking shots.
Quarterback signaling to his guys. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They were all over it. Mississippi State calls the 2nd of its 3 timeouts. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Last play didn't go well. It leaves them with 2nd and 11. Moore to the air. Out wide right, it's Johnson. Final timeout taken by the Bulldogs. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
They've got a ways to go on 3rd down from the 24 as this defense tries to force them into a field goal try. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. Absolutely center cut. And now the lead is even bigger.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. A snap, wants to throw to start this drive. Dumps it to the back. Oh, man, what a missed opportunity. Big fella almost got to run with the ball. Instead, it falls incomplete and brings up 2nd down.
And this game's starting to tick away for this offense, and they're getting in desperation mode. They've got to be able to find a way to make plays in the pocket. It's not going to be the scrambles out wide. You need passing plays deep down the field. They've got to find some way to attack this secondary.
Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Turns it upfield. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. They're going to go for it, and they're not going to huddle here on 4th down. Snapped on 4th down. On the move is the 30. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Now, what a great second effort by the receiver there. Catches the football. He knows he's got to get some yards to get that 1st down. Nice job understanding that, getting to the sticks and getting the 1st down.
Finds his man. Breaks into the open. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one. And the Bulldogs racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And I think great offenses find a way to get their playmakers the football in space. Nice job designing the wheel route. It's good versus man. It's good versus zone. Nice route. Nice catch by the running back. And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
At this point of the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
On 3rd down, here's Bothwell. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Davison. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out because this wasn't a great day.
They're going to mark him down, and where that spot is looks as if it's going to be just a hair short of the 1st down.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that fourth down.
And just leaving no doubt in this one, right? Fourth down, they've got the lead, running the ball and picking up the first. They're going to ice this game, baby.
You talk about 2-minute drills. This is how you end the ball on an offensive 2-minute drill when you're winning. Run the clock out, run the football, be physical, watch it go to zeros.
And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute, get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis, saying goodbye, everybody.